All right, let's dive back into the incredible world of Pandora, because some really fascinating new details have just come out about the next big chapter in the Avatar saga. And it turns out the story behind the movie might just be as wild as the one we're going to see on screen.
So, we all know James Cameron shot the second and third Avatar movies back to back, right? It's pretty common knowledge. So you'd think the story is completely locked in. Filmed, finished, just sitting on a shelf waiting for release.
Well, what if I told you that's not exactly the whole story? It seems the script for the next Avatar is way more alive and way more reactive than any of us ever imagined.
Okay, let's kick things off with what we know for sure. The official details for movie number 3 are out, and believe me, they are pointing to a massive new direction for the whole franchise.
First things first, the title. It's officially Avatar, Fire, and Ash. I mean, just listen to that. After the lush forests and those stunning oceans, Fire and Ash sounds intense. It feels like we're heading somewhere much, much darker this time around.
And yeah, that feeling is totally by design. James Cameron himself put it this way. You think you know where it's going, but then a wrecking ball comes. So he's basically telling us straight up, get ready to be surprised.
In that wrecking ball, well, it starts with a brand new Na'vi clan, one that's set to flip everything we thought we knew about the people of Pandora completely upside down.
Let's meet the Ash people, Pandora's so-called fire tribe. Seriously, forget the peaceful spirituality of the Omadakaya from the first film, and forget the harmonious balance of the Metkayina from the second. This clan was forged in fire, living in a brutal volcanic world.
And the difference is just night and day, right? The Metkayina were all about the ocean, living in balance with it. The Ashus people are defined by survival in a volcanic wasteland. We're talking about an aggressive culture, shaped by a tough environment, which is basically the total opposite of every Na'vi we've met. Just think what that means for a second. A Na'vi culture that might not be all about that sacred connection to Awa. That is a game changer.
And leading this tough new clan is a character named Varang. She's played by Una Chaplin, who you might know from Game of Thrones. But here's the really cool part. She's not going to be some simple, one-dimensional villain. She's described as being morally complex, a leader who will do absolutely anything to protect her people. We're actually supposed to understand where she's coming from.
This all feeds into a much bigger idea. Like Cameron said, they're trying to move beyond that old all humans are bad, all Na'vi are good setup. This is how they're going to do it. For the first time ever, we're going to see a Na'vi clan in direct, aggressive conflict with Jake and Neytiri. The lines between good and evil are about to get really, really blurry.
But this is where the story behind the movie gets truly wild. Because this film, which was supposedly finished and in the can years ago, was actually changed after the last one came out.
Okay, get this. James Cameron himself came out and said that after The Way of Water was released, he went back and started tweaking the third movie. Why? To lean into what we, the audience, were responding to. That's almost unheard of. I mean, on a production this massive, that just doesn't happen.
So let's just break down how crazy this is. Step 1, they film both movies together. Standard stuff to save money, right? Step 2, they release The Way of Water. Step 3, they basically sit back and watch what we all thought about it. And then, Step 4, they go back, rewrite parts of the script, and call everyone in for reshoots on a movie that was supposed to be done. It's an incredible creative risk.
So that makes you wonder, right? What on earth was so important that it justified all that extra time, money, and effort? What was so critical that they just had to go back and add it in?
The answer is 2 words, the Torok. That's right, the Great Leonorotrix. The absolutely massive, legendary winged beast that Jake Sully bonded with to become the legendary Torok Makto in the first movie.
Here's the crazy part. The Torok wasn't even in the original cut of Fire and Ash. Cameron was saving it for a later film, but he said he realized something just felt missing. He felt that Jake's destiny required the Torok, so he just rewrote it. He scrapped the old plan and brought the big guy back. It's almost like after seeing Jake as a dad, they wanted to remind us all that he's still a powerhouse, unifying leader.
And this isn't some one-time deal. This super flexible, super reactive way of making movies is now the official game plan for the rest of the entire Avatar saga.
So here's the main takeaway for you. Your reaction matters. How we, the audience, respond to Fire and Ash, the characters we fall in love with, the storylines that get us talking, that is going to directly influence the parts of Avatar 4 that haven't even been filmed yet. In a weird way, we're all part of the creative process now. And this all makes perfect sense when you hear that Avatar 4 is going to have a massive 6-year time jump. 6 years! They filmed the early parts with the younger actors to lock in their age, but the rest of the story, after that huge jump, it's basically an unwritten book, waiting for our reactions to Fire and Ash to help write the next chapters.
And you won't have to wait too long to start forming those all-important opinions. The first trailer is slated to hit theaters on July 26, 2025, and then the movie itself is coming worldwide on December 19, 2025. So yeah, go ahead and mark your calendars.
So this all leaves us with one last fascinating question. For a story that once seemed totally set in stone, the future of Pandora is now wide open. So, as an audience member with this new, powerful voice, what are you going to demand James Cameron changes next?